Are you mad?
Share this man when they whine me for here. She been an interview and say my condo. She na whining industry.
You coming down with slow motion. I think you're the one. But come down for you're doing as if you're the one that owns the estate.
The moment you have that breakthrough, make sure your consistency is 100.
They have bashed my baby. They have bashed my baby. They have bashed my baby.
Yo! Hey! My name is LASISI ELENU, and this is my exclusive interview with Hip TV, y'all. That's what's up. It's about to be lit. Woo! I am ready. You see, these questions, honestly, you're starting to really trip me out. We know why the exchange, whether not trade and barter, we know. We know that it was not successful. It was hard. Life was hard. It was pressing my neck. It choked me. That was when the joke started, you know. It's obvious, actually, because a lot of people are like me today. They go from one career path to another, not because it's by choice, but because they just found themselves there. And that's my story. I started off as an artist, as a voiceover artist, as a whatever, and now I'm doing comedy. But it's because I didn't find a good ground for, becoming famous there. And I saw this as a leverage, and I took chance, and I took it by force. So yeah, that's why. Well, you can say I'm the class clown. You can say I was a class clown, and people be like, "Ooh, what he said that was funny." I had it in me, but I didn't know it would take me this far. I would say back in secondary school, in primary school, I can remember, these were just things, I would say, I'm sure thousands of people out there too would say they were the class clown, but they're not doing comedy for a living right now. But I think at the time, I had it in me, but I never saw it as something that would be, at a long-term thing like this. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Me to give you 100,000 naira for what? My knee. Oh God, please. Let me touch this time. My knee.
I had plans of being here, of being a comedian at a point, but the act that got me here was not planned. It was not deliberate. It just happened. So for example, let's say you want to get to Oshodi. You've always known you wanted to get to Oshodi, but on that day, you didn't plan on going to Oshodi, but you found yourself at Oshodi eventually. So that was my story. So I was thinking of, I'm doing music, it's not successful. How do I do something else? I'm like, okay, people do videos online that are funny. What do I do? Can I do that? I'm like, okay, I'll think of what to do. And one day I just did something, and that thing now ended up being the thing that took me here. So that's it. People do. I think a lot of my fans, real fans, do. People who don't really get to see me outside the filter. There are still people that have never seen my real face up till now. Maybe they don't really follow me, or they do follow me, but they've just never stumbled on the days I post pictures of my real self. So they've never just had that opportunity, or watching an interview or seeing me in a film. So they are still at lost as to who the real face is, So yeah, but I still get the recognition when I step out.
What kind of rubbish is this one? How can I set alarm for 5 a.m.? Alarm is ringing 11:47.
It came as a lot of other news. When you're being talked about in a good light, it's encouraging, it's motivating, even though most of the time self-motivation is mostly the primary objective in all the things we do. But of course, it was interesting to hear people sit down together, put names together and be like, okay, we find this person worthy enough to be, called this or given this title. So yeah, I would say yes.
I'm just not seeing them.
You see, the word accolade is what you believe that matters. I think there are people who do great work out there and they are not appreciated enough. It doesn't negate the fact that they are worthy of accolades. It doesn't change the fact that they are putting in work and getting results. But for some reason whatsoever, they have never been given that regard. Same way for some artists, imagine the way Fela has been spoken about and people say he never won a Grammy. Doesn't mean he's not accolade worthy, But accolades are there on their own. I think there's a yardstick for that. It's a dimension of its own. But the artist, me as a person, I know what I do and I appreciate what I do. And I genuinely am grateful for where I am because I started off on a very bumpy ride. I didn't think I would get here in this space of time. So me being here alone is more or less something to be grateful for. So whatever accolade I'm given, that's secondary. Deep down, I have the primary objective, which is to appreciate myself for where I am. And that to me, that's what matters the most.
I'm shouting you, do not see me.
And I can't the one that day in a hurry, no vex, I beg.
I perform on stage and I see that direct love, right in front of me. People who cheer to what I've said, who are applauding me for what I've said. And it's so refreshing. I'm enthusiastic about it. And then when I make videos and I post and I see the comments of people laughing and saying, oh my God, I wish I can comment with voice note. Or, oh my God, this guy just they make me laugh. I want to keep my... I don't understand. So I think they are both rewarding. They are both satisfying, and they both have different feel to it. I cannot measure them as to say which is more, but I know how both feel whenever I'm involved in them.
When you late to apply.
Guy, I beg, my clear my head. I didn't worry. Oh, man, I don't know how to sleep.
I'm just a regular guy who has experienced life in every form you can think of. I have participated in things that's supposed to be worth something, and it ended up to be nothing. And as a Nigerian, that is enough to make you speak up. So most of the times I talk about, especially during my rants, and I talk about the ills in this country. Yes, it is. Every other person can speak up just like that, but because I have the fame, then you get to hear about it. I'm pretty sure it's something you sit down in the comfort of your home, talking to your friends or your family, and also say, oh, that road is so bad, or light has not been there. But then I get to say it and add a bit of comic in it, and it sounds interesting and make you want to watch even more. But I don't see myself as an activist. I don't know if I am, and I'm not just seeing it, but I just think I'm just a guy who likes to just, complain about things that are not in shape or in the right form.
Egg growth.
Yes!
Oh! Egg growth.
Mama and Papa God's Power. It's a wonderful idea. It was myself and Nonso Adika. We created it together. It was always fun for us when I would tease her, call her Mama God's Power. We decided to come together, created that film, that web series, and we are actually shooting season 2, and season 2 would not be on the web, or it might be, but it's mostly concentrated for TV. We want to go TV and have people on TV who doesn't have the chance to be online, get to watch it. It's a local content, raw content, gives us vibe of memories from the past, the poor neighbors, hateful neighbors who just want to, bring you down, even though they are also down, So it has that rawness in it, and it's a content that I really can't wait to push, as much as I can.
Give me change, Joe.
I tell you now,
No vex.
No matter how, we're in a space where social media has really gained a very strong leverage in our lives, but we still cannot we can't forget the fact that there are a vast majority of people who have no access to social media, who have no access to internet. They're still going to watch your terrestrial TV, they're still going to be there 24/7. and there's still a market out there for people like that, for you to explore. So I don't want to leave any stones unturned.
Your wife will leave you.
We're living in an era where social media plays a major role in the lives of a lot of people from any type of work you do. And as an entertainer, it does even more because everything you're producing is for people to consume via social media. But it still does not change the narrative that TV still has a stronghold in people. How many are we in this country? And how many people have access to internet? But there are people who, satellite would always take TV anywhere. You would watch TV in the darkest of forest or in the wilderness. It would still be there, So I would say that regardless of what social media can give to me, I'm still fully, aware of the fact that TV still has a major role to play in this time and age. Yes, I can be limited to being famous on social media. People who have access to the internet will know me, and I can walk to a certain place or a particular area and people don't even have an idea who I am. That's because they don't have access to the internet. So yeah, there's still a market to be explored in every area.
No, Zobo. No, Zobo.
A lot of people appreciate it, but some still do not understand the amount of mental work that goes into it. It is one thing to up and do a video that will trend. It's another thing to sustain it. It is paramount, it is vital for people to understand that if you want to be in this business, you have to be creatively ready to explore this journey. So if I have people who look at my videos and tell me they want to, go on that journey, be on that path, good. But are you ready to make a video? There were times I was making videos every day, Monday to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Why? Because I had that opportunity. I didn't want people to forget me easily. I didn't want people to be like, oh, okay, that was just a fluke, or it was, I wanted people to be reminded that, okay, I think he has something to offer us. And that was where I was at, And I've had people too, I've actually stumbled on people who started this and they are nowhere to be found, just barely a year after, And I had to tell them, some give excuses, oh, their phone is bad or this and that. I'm like, well, still doesn't cut it. Oh, I'm in school, I have to do exams, still doesn't cut it. If you want to go on this journey, you have to be ready. So yeah, mentorship, as so to speak, is, I don't know about that title, but helping people understand that the journey requires a lot of dedication, focus, commitment, and consistency. People should not think it's just something you're going to post a video, it's going to take you everywhere and that's it. No, the moment I have a video that is doing so well, I'm worried because I'm like, I need to outdo that video. The moment I have an idea that is very creative, I'm thinking of, oh, I need to outdo that creative thinking, something else. So it's a lot, being able to know when to post, being able to understand the time frame, being able to know who to partner with, being able to know the type of, comedians to also link up with, so that, because sometimes a lot of people need to define the brand. Some people, they don't care, they don't mind. I like to define my brand as a family brand where a child of 4 can watch my videos and the mother does not feel like, oh, now LASISI is probably going to curse very soon. Not saying cursing is a bad thing. There is space for expressing any form, but I like to see my brand as a family brand. And, I think a lot of people who want to go on that journey need to understand, the basics to it.
Your landlord will give you quick notice. Only!
If you're jumping, my brother, jump. You know why? You see, before this, I used to do music. And I put out songs, but what I do then, I sit down in my car and I record myself rapping to instrumentals. I just download any form of instrumental, I rap to it. So I get a few comments, maybe 4, 5, 6, as the case may be, I was also consistent in doing that, but it took me nowhere. Would I say it took me nowhere? Not categorically speaking, but I still felt fulfilled doing that. No reward for it. I just wanted people, only family and friends would see that and, you know, still give me their like every now and then. That was encouraging, you know. But then it got to a point I'd reached my peak. I was frustrated because this would not just be the circle, me sitting there in this car, rapping, oh, this rap sweet, at the end of the day, 4 comments. What is the next level for me? I was consistent, I did that again and again and again. But the moment I was able to have a break as being LASISI ELENU, who is the ranter or who came out as the ranter, I saw a break, I saw a window, an opportunity, and I took it and I held on to it. So I'm just human. I do not know what my life would have turned out to if I did not have a break in this career path. I don't know if maybe the videos I did that blew me then, if they did not go far or nobody saw it, I don't know if I still would have. Because really, telling people to be consistent is not easy. But the advice I'll give you is, the moment you have that breakthrough, make sure your consistency is 100. I don't know about where you are right now. Yes, the moment you get into your limelight and all of that, I was there. Like I said, I don't know where I would have been if I did not have that breakthrough. I don't know if I still would have been doing it. Probably would have been on one desk and I'm working for someone. I don't know. But the moment I saw that window, people posted my video, I went viral. That was when I said, from this day, I must be consistent. So, I don't know if whatever you are doing, as far as you never blow, they try, they do them, and if you force you, if you don't say no, if you do them again, my brother, I gotta go help you. Because this one, everybody, they form advice, I don't feel really advise you. Because even me, myself, I don't feel really advise myself. Go help all of us.
Let's family.
LASISI ELENU brand is a brand that every year I keep asking myself, what next? What next? What next? And people have asked me in the past, oh, you're due for a show. Why don't you have your own stand-up comedy show and all that? You know, I always wanted to do that, but I asked myself, are you ready? Are you really, really ready? Do you have everybody on ground and all of that? But the wise man said, it cannot always be perfect. So put yourself together, brace yourself. LASISI would have his own comedy show come next year, and I'm certain you would love it. You would love it. My stand-up comedy show, look forward to doing it in Nigeria, in the UK, a tour, and hopefully in the US as well. On God, on code. And also filmmaking is another area I really love, and I'm teaming up with great people right now, and we're putting together, you know, films that would shake you, that would make you look at life and say, Baba, you do film, Baba, you do film, you're a good actor, you know. So yeah, those are pretty much the areas I'm, concentrating on right now, and I can't wait to explore them.
I'm about to start the trip, sir. All right, go ahead.
You watched it, and I hope you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, now you sabi, now you know what you define. That has been my exclusive interview with Hip TV. Yes, what's up? Let God be God.